Okay, so here we go, boys and ladies and gentlemen. We are starting off with my first ever poker video. We're going to wait for the big blind, seeing as there's only 3 people in this hand. But looks like the blind's actually one more person because Mr. Motown has jumped in. So I'm just gonna essentially straddle, and although I'm not doubling my blinds, and I'm going to play the next hand as we watch a raise with a 4-card straight on the board right now, with a large raise and a fold. So Cherokee up here takes down the big pot, and oh, what a big starting hand. Starts off with the big 7 deuce with a raise behind me and a whole bunch of callers. I'm only playing for play money at the moment, but I guess for shits and giggles at this moment I'm going to call. Now, seeing as this is my first video and you're all going to see that I am playing like a donk per se, I'm just, oh, and everybody keeps raising. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to re-raise all in with 7 deuce, and I have a caller, and probably another caller. I'll probably get everybody into this hand. And there's the re-raise to put the luck on, and here it goes. Look at the hands: Jack, Jack, 6, 10, King, and 10 Jack with the boat. Oh my goodness! And of course I'm going to muck that and not let anybody else see that I had 7 deuce. I'm going to rebuy for another 10,000 chips. So I am back in the game. I'm not going to wait for the big blind so I can play the next hand. Constant raising, constant raising I find when you're playing on Pokerstars for play chips. Nobody really knows how to play. As you can see with my 7 deuce all in, I don't really care. I'm not playing for money, so I will play just like everyone else does. I know it doesn't really help, because normally if everybody plays well, or everyone tries to play well, then it gets rid of the bad players, but I'm going to fold that raise, and Cherokee takes down a pot of 900 chips. And as you can see, the first 3 hands of my first video have not been very kind to me. But I hit a middle pair here with 2 diamonds on the board. I'm going to put out a feeler bet of approximately half the pot, 400 into a pot of 800, and an insta-call by Cherokee. Now with another overcard on the board, I no longer have middle pair, I have a low end pair. So I'm going to slow down and I'm going to check. And a small bet of only 200 into a pot of 1600 is well worth my pot odds, so I'm going to call that. And now with 2 pair, I believe my hand is looking okay unless it's 200. Oh, and he folds, and I win with my 3. And again, another 7 deuce. This is some sort of run of bad cards. So Jack 5-5 hits the flop, and we have 2 checks and a raise of 400 by the button, which is standard when everyone else checks. But we have 2 callers. Everybody stays in, and another bet by the button with 2 more callers. No one seems to be scared away by the bet, but a bet of 400 into a pot of 4,000 is not that substantial. So here we are. I'm going to make a standard 3-bet raise with ace-jack on the big blinds. Normally it'll look like I'm trying to steal the blinds with a very nice starting hand, with no help on the flop. With a 2-5-8, I have 2 overcards and 2 checks behind me. I'm going to put out a feeler bet of just over half the pot at 1,000 chips, with another insta-call by Cherokee, and another check. I don't believe he hit anything on this board, so I'm going to put out another bet of approximately just over half, with 2,200 chips for a pot of 3,800. And there's my fold. And I win a pot of 3,800. Now, my favorite hand, although not suited, is ace-3, so I'm going to flat call in first position with only 4 players, which is not bad. We have a min raise to 400, and I will call that. Flop comes queen, 10, queen, 2 hearts. I have a runner-runner draw for my hearts of the nut flush. And with checks behind me, a bet of 600 into a pot of 1600, it is not worth it with 2 more people behind me to act. I'm going to fold my ace, and another 10 comes down. So both possibilities, 2 flush draw possibilities with the clubs and hearts. Too many hands out there that could beat me, and I am glad I folded. And a pot-sized bet by Motown and on the turn takes it down. 5-2 in the big blind. I'm just going to check. Ace, ace, 10. This would have been nice last hand, yes. I'm going to check. And Cherokee up here at the top comes out with a bet of 600 into a pot of 600. A little too pricey for me. Right, back out of that. 10-4 in the small blinds. I'll let it go. These hands seem to be going by pretty quickly, and I have to talk a lot in this video. So a 6 times the big blinds bet and an insta-call by Zach Flop over here in this corner. And a bet fold. So action's coming along really quick. So I'm gonna king 5 here on the button. I'm gonna free bet here just to see where everyone stands. With king, it's not bad. It looks like I'm bullying, but I have something to fall back on and 2 callers. Again, the redraw for the hearts. 8, 9, 6 comes down. And a min bet of 200. I am willing to call that with a gut shot straight draw and a redraw for hearts. And a 2 of diamonds comes down, which is no help. But with 2 checks behind me, I'm going to see a free card. And a 5 comes down to give me a low pair, but also puts a 4 card straight on the board right now. So any 7-10 would be the nuts right now. And with a bet of 4,000 into a pot of 2,400 and then a re-raise to 8,000, I'm going to let that go. And an insta-call, both with the 7s. So as this table is dwindling, this will probably be my last hand, and I'm going to stop this video. So I'm going to end this on a Casey note. My friend who got me into Camtasia, his favorite hand is 8-6. So let's see how it plays out here. Flop comes 3, 4, 5. Gives me a straight draw and a flush draw. I like the looks of this, so I'm going to bet 400 into a pot of 600, and again insta-call by both of them, giving me top pair now and a redraw for my straight and my flush. So again, I'm going to put another good bet out there. Pot's 1,800. I'm going to put in 800. The fold and a re-raise. Now in this position, it makes me think. I do have top pair. I do have 2 redraws. I'm going to call this. And there's my flush. But there's a straight flush possibility on the board right now. And I'm very curious as to see whether or not he hit it. He probably has me beat, but for 2,000 it's worth it. I have an 8 high flush right now. And he had the open-ended ace to 6 straight flush draw. That is incredible. So I'm going to end it on this note, and thank you YouTube, and you have a great night.